There's my wrench. And this is going to be up here like this, because see, you're going to have a bolt that's not in here right now. It's going to be in the way too. So that's only going to go about right to there. But we should clear the other one. Lay the other one up in there.
The other bolt?
Block. You should have plenty of clearance for the wrench. You're good. Yeah, see, there's room for the wrench in there. See, there's room in there for the wrench?
Yep.
So we're already anywhere in this area, there's room for that wrench. Because it's going to be in the work. This is its working area it's going to be in. Now you got push rods in here too later on, so but you should still be able to get in there with the wrench, hold it, take the nut out. You take the nut off from that side. You can't push this bolt through because remember that. You'd have to unscrew this thing slowly off of here. Normally I'd push the bolt out, but we can't do that. So that means if we don't make a socket fit in here, it's going to be really hard to get this carburetor on off. Understand?
But just the bracket though, right?
Yeah, well, you're going to have to come here. You have to get here with an open end. The problem is you have very little clearance to do open end.
So you want to take off more then?
So it's going to be really, really tight. So we're going to wind up having to take a lot of material off of that because we need to be able to get a socket in there. Where's the socket at? So where's it hit at?
Right at that start.
So we're going to be about 3/4 of an inch in. We're going to have to just go straight down at an angle.
But that's just that section. I feel like if
Yeah.
you pass it.
Now if you use a 1/4 inch drive socket, it's a little bit smaller diameter, but not much. Alright, pull it out. You have to do some more whacking. Not that part. The lifter block. That piece there. Okay, so we're going to have to quit playing around now. We're going to have to actually take some metal out of here now.
Told you to give me the angle grinder. I'd do it with a flap disc.
Yeah, you flop it all over the place and destroy things.
I'm pretty good with pneumatic tools or power tools.
Cut the whole side of the way too.
Yeah?
Where you got the file on top of my measuring device?
It's the measuring device was measuring the grooves of the file.
Do you know what that thing costs?
Probably like $150, $200. I looked on eBay.
You did?
Yeah.
You're looking at the right one.
It's a 6-inch caliper in millimeters and inches.
Did you look up the Minatorio?
Yep.
Large face.
Yep.
Absolute.
Yep.
Carbide tip on both sides.
I don't know about that.
I know you didn't because that's $600. Maybe only $5, something like that. It's not $150.
Oh, your battery's gonna die soon.
My battery and my caliper?
Oh, the battery on this.
See, now if you go at this angle like I told you, like this, see now we're coming out further out, see?
Yeah, I just didn't want to go that far out.
See, I just nipped your block there for you too.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
I did it on purpose. Try it again.
This little signature.
It's a nice sharp file, you just go slow and easy. Yep. Right there. Do I got 2 nicks in there now?
Yeah, you did.
Good. If you put that tape on there, I might have saved it, but more likely would have cut it off anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting close.
Yeah, let's check it before we clean it up. Alright, or not.
Or not. It's gonna be close. But probably gonna need more. In my socket. See, the first problem, see, it won't even go in the hole. Okay, so see how the holes aren't lining up here?
Yeah. Take a little bit more off.
So I need some more there. Now I gotta look at the angle where it's hitting because I can't see from there. To The angle looks like it's decent, but I maybe flatten out just a little bit.
I think it looks like right at that corner is where you have to take it off.
It's right here on the top edge. Close. We're in the vicinity. How many nicks I got on there now?
Enough.
At least 3 or 4. I'm starting to get in there. Yeah, we got a couple big, one big one, one small one. Well, that was with no gasket on there too. We gotta put a gasket on there
Yeah, it's gonna space it up a little bit.
yet. Yep, it will. Screw. It's a tight fit. See a little jam in there, but it's really tight.
If anything, it'll just wear itself.
You have to beat it in to tighten, and when you pull it off, it'll loosen automatically. Quarter drives come in handy. See, quarter drive fits, see,
Gotcha.
it's thinner wool. If you want 3/8 drive, then you have to cut more.
Or I could just shave down my 3/8 drive.
Not to.
Alter the tooling, like it's like someone else I know.
I don't
Custom.
like that. See, we're right up against the head of this screw.
Yeah,
here,
that's
too.
what I was thinking. You're gonna wear that little
We're
tooth.
close to it.
I might have an 11 point.
So that's how it's 11-point socket.
11 point.
So, me, I just use a 1/2 inch out of the quarter drive kit.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna end up doing.
It'll fit right in there nice and taut. We don't do any more cutting. Otherwise, we need to take a little bit more off. If you look in there, it's pretty even how we're cutting.
Yeah,
It's pretty equal.
so shiny on the camera. So much
Yeah.
polish.
And bright ass stuff, yeah. But it's right from the hex on, it's hitting on it. See, it's shoving everything up about 15 thousandths when I do that. So if you tighten it up and pull it out, it would automatically loosen up because the bolt would drop down. Or it'd be under a bind condition at a high spot, which would not be good for it anyway. Okay, so I think we got adequate clearance for what we need. Just gonna have to use different tools. But that's okay.
That's what tools are made for.
It's part of doing their job around here. Did come out. Shocked. Now, if you look at my mark,
That's the wear mark right there.
it's right there between my 2 radiuses I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if I come in there, just come in at that angle right there and knock off that little bit, we could probably get that to work.
Probably do it with the fine file.
No, it's deeper than that. Just have to go at the right angle, that's all. close, not quite. Got it.
And pour polish.
Yeah, pretty bad damage on it. Once it's assembled, you won't even hardly see anything anyway. The biggest thing is when it pops in there like that, you know it's clearing. Before we couldn't put it together. It would not fit. Bolt it in here. Right in between your two spots.
When we do the final fit up and everything, you have to clock those accordingly since there's that much play.
I just did that, didn't you see me?
Yeah.
I go back and forth, I go right in the middle and I tighten.
Gotcha.
It's dangerous leaving that laying around here.
Who did that?
I don't know. Make this thing go back. There it goes. Fancy tool. Where's my socket? Look at that. It's like it was made for it. Get a real socket in there, see? Without binding. You know what the real test is?
Torquing it down.
Tightening it up.
Looking for the socket that you left in there.
That's right. We're going to have to position this so this works over here too. So it'll sit about like that. See it's binding up a little bit. It does go in. See, once you put it in there and adjust it for that, it'll fit. See, my socket's not concentric. So when you tighten it down like that, it comes off. See? Because you're tightening up this clearance and everything, so you tighten it into an end. Okay, so there's our clearance. She's snug, but it's in there. Now I'm just sending the stud up there because this nut was fully bottomed down. This one wasn't. Because we think I put it in there without this one being in there.
Yeah.
Because we still have to make sure we clear over here. I think we're okay, but yeah, I'm not hitting anything. The key is you just can't take the stud out once you get the cylinder down, or you'll break something. You'll break more than one thing. You'll break a cylinder, you'll break a piston when it comes down, and then from there it might get worse. I've seen that done before.
Cool.
Alright, so that goes like that. So we got that part figured out. We'll take this one out. We got plenty of clearance on this lifter block.
Let's go ahead and cut to brakes so
So
we can
you want
swap.
to put this over here in the front box now, instead of the rear box?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Swap out
Now
this
we got a
battery.
chrome bolt in here. Now what do you want to do for the other hardware?
Might as well go matching.
Okay, this here is going to be, do you have a regulator, oil filter, anything over here?
I'm gonna put an oil
There's a
filter on it.
kickstand. There's a kickstand right in this area here. You're going to have an oil filter on top?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to put down here? So obviously you're not going to see it.
Probably the flange nuts. So I don't have to use a washer either.
So it'll be this bolt here. So you want to just put the flange nuts in there?
Yeah.
The flange nuts are, what's that number?
7593.
Yep. These are exhaust nuts for Evo twin cam. So these go in here like this.
Freaking cold out there.
It is. Freddy's arrived. Now on this side over here, what do you want to do on this side? Because you can't see this side. So we're going to go back to an acorn on this side?
Yeah.
Now this is a flatter surface. Do you want to put a chrome washer on there instead of a stainless?
Let's go with stainless. It tucks it in.
Stay with the small down the stainless?
Yeah.
Acorn nut.
Looking good. All polished up and everything, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go with that combo for there. Now down here, what do you want to do? Continue with acorn nuts or?
Are you gonna see this?
A little bit. The exhaust comes through here, but you can kind of see it. The foot controls over here. Unless you got mids and then wire.
No, I got mids, but mids are gonna be high mids.
So I would say acorns down here. Over here, flat nuts because we're on the bottom. Frames right here. So run flat nuts on these would be my guess.
So the flanged ones?
Yeah.
Cool.
These ones here.
What's up? Scooby-Doo-ba-doo.
And continue with the same stainless washer like we did before.
You excited? Getting the flywheel in.
No, this is the one nut wouldn't come off. Nut did not come off. So this nut here is tight.
Not anymore.
It's still tight. Just I overcame. I'm gonna do another acorn on here.
Put the kung fu grip on it.
I'll put this in late and bring it in hard. You know. Go in there. More stainless washers and a flat nut again.
We don't need the stainless then, right?
That's right. Don't need that.
What is it?
Flange nut.
Look, it's taking out a little too far.
It'll be out like that far. I got to tighten this nut up as far as it'll go.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll run these acorns as far as we can on these ones because the flange nut's real thin. That way it's not sticking way out. So that takes care of all these here. This side. So I'm assuming, now what do you got for shift linkage?
We'll be back in a second.
It's gonna be mid, but it's gonna be high. It's all built into.
Okay, now this one's not coming off very easily, so I'm going to work on this one. So most of the time it will clear here. When you have the rod coming this way, sometimes it gets close. If you got some kind of a mid over here, it doesn't get up this high. Usually it's not a problem.
So my mids are actually gonna sit up here. There's a bar that's gonna. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, this the motor mounts here, so this is on top of the frame. So
Yeah,
more likely
so
this is going to be
here.
visible, so we should put an acorn on here
Yeah.
and here. Okay. Now I don't know if there's going to be room for washers on here because it's such a thin area.
So
Probably we just going to run acorn only and no washer.
or stainless? No, since it's small.
Depends how many threads we're going to have here.
Oh,
We might be able to jam. These are really thin. You don't have a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
see.
room.
I see what you're saying.
You can see the acorn nut, you lose the first thread in here. So usually I don't run any washers here and just tighten them down.
Okay. I mean, it has a little flat on it. On
This
the
one over
acorn nut
here.
area. Same thing.
Again, it's tight again. You see this is really short. Not a lot of room in here for doing any more than.
Just the
You
acorn.
might get one washer in here. There's not really room for two washers in an acorn.
We could just do the acorns then. Fuck the washer.
So these are going to be in here like that.
Yeah, we'll dig in a little bit, but it's fine.
Okay, now what are you going to do down here in the open air? Are you going to see anything in here or not? You got a primary on this or not? Is it open?
It could be open.
So then you don't want to run another bolt in here like this, you want another chrome bolt in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll put a chrome bolt here also. Because normally this is behind the primary, you don't see it, squirt some silver paint on it, call it done, but if you don't have a primary over here, you'll see this. Okay, so we're going to run another chrome bolt here and another washer here. Alright, so that's what we're going to do on our bolt setup for this thing. Alright, when we take it apart, we got to clean this right case up because we did a bunch of machining, we didn't clean this yet. We're going to clean it all up and then we'll put it together. Way back.